All right, let's talk about something really cool, bug bounty hunting. I mean, think about it. It's this wild mix of high-stakes cybersecurity and, like, digital treasure hunting. We're talking finding one tiny flaw in some code and walking away with a serious payday. So, let me just kick things off with a question for you. And this one really gets to the core of what we're talking about today.
I know, it sounds a little like a Hollywood movie plot, doesn't it? But this is totally real, and it's all possible because of this amazing thing called a bug bounty program.
So what are we even talking about here? Well, at its heart, bug bounty is this genius idea where companies basically crowdsource their security. They say, hey, all you ethical hackers out there, come find our weaknesses before the actual bad guys do. You can kind of think of it like a global neighborhood watch, but for the entire internet. It's a huge shift, right? Instead of seeing every hacker as an enemy, these companies are flipping the script and turning them into allies. What you get is this incredible, proactive defense system that's being stress-tested 24/7 by people from all over the world. And the process itself? Honestly, it's so simple when you break it down. Step 1, you find a bug, a real security flaw. Step 2, you report it the right way. And Step 3, you get paid. If it's a legit, impactful bug, you get that bounty. Simple as that.
And listen, this is not some tiny, hidden corner of the web. The places where this all goes down are massive. We're talking about platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd. I mean, just take HackerOne. They started back in 2012, and now their community has over 2 million registered hackers. The scale is just mind-blowing.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, what does it actually take to be one of these hunters? And you might assume it's all about being some kind of coding wizard. But the truth is a little more interesting than that. It's really about how you think.
Man, this quote just nails the whole bug bounty mindset. The real weakness? It's usually not a simple typo in the code. It's a bad assumption that a developer made somewhere along the line. Your job is to hunt for those little moments of flawed logic, the ones you can twist, break, or just completely bypass. Now, of course, that creative mindset needs to be backed up by some real technical chops. You got to know your stuff. Things like cross-site scripting, that's basically tricking a website into running malicious code, or SQL injection, where you fool a database into spilling its secrets. It all comes down to speaking the fundamental languages of the web: programming, networking, all that good stuff. All right, so you've got the mindset, you've got the basic knowledge. Now it's time to build your arsenal. Every great hunter needs the right tools for the job. And for us, that means software. First things first, reconnaissance, or Recon for short. It's simple, really. You can't attack what you can't see. The whole goal at this stage is to create a map of your target's entire digital world. We're talking every server, every little subdomain, every single possible way in. And you've got amazing tools for this. Nmap is like a legend for scanning networks. Amos is fantastic for building out that complete map of the attack surface. And I love tools like Eyewitness. It's so clever. It just goes and takes screenshots of hundreds of web pages automatically, so you can just scroll through and visually spot something that looks off or interesting.
So once your map is ready, it's time to start poking around. This is the active part, where you start using tools to just bombard a web application with thousands of requests, basically trying to get it to mess up in a way that exposes a weakness.
And for this, Burp Suite is the undisputed king. It's the Swiss Army knife for pretty much any web hacker. Then you've got tools like FFUF, which stands for Fuzz Faster You Fool, kind of funny, and it's a super fast tool for fuzzing. That's really just a cool way of saying you're throwing a ton of random data at something to see if you can break it. And when you find that break, that's when you bring in a powerhouse like Metasploit to actually exploit the vulnerability.
Okay, now this next part is so important, I can't stress this enough. You could find the most epic, company-ending bug in the world, but if you can't explain it clearly, you're not getting paid. Period. This brings us to a skill that's every bit as crucial as the technical stuff: the art of the report.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? You have to remember, the report is your final product. That's what you're handing over. If it's confusing or messy, you might get a smaller bounty. Or even worse, they might just close your report and you get nothing. All that hard work for nothing? And look at the difference here. It's night and day. A title like IDOR vulnerability. Okay, so what? That's going to get buried in a pile. But what about IDOR and Payment API exposes other users' transaction history? Whoa, now that gets a security team's attention. It tells them exactly what's wrong, who it affects, and why it's a huge deal. It just screams impact. So, a great report really boils down to 4 key things. First, that killer title that shows the impact.
Second, reproduction steps so clear a total newbie could follow them. Third, a working proof of concept. Show, don't just tell. A quick video is perfect for this. And finally, you have to explain the so what. What's the actual business risk? Nail these 4 things and you'll get taken seriously. And you'll get paid what you're worth.
Okay, we've gone over the skills, the tools, the whole process, and yeah, it all sounds incredibly exciting, and it is, but we gotta have a little reality check here, because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. The journey can be tough. So let's talk about the grind.
Look, the upside is huge, for sure. You are going to learn so much. You can build a real reputation, and yeah, you can make good money. But there's another side to that coin. It takes a ton of time to get good at this. The competition is insane. And trust me, there is nothing more frustrating than spending days on a bug, only to have it marked as a duplicate because someone else found it an hour before you did.
And when I say the competition is insane, I'm not kidding. To really put that into perspective, just look at a single platform like HackerOne. You're not just competing with a few other people. You are in a global arena with more than 600,000 other hackers all looking for the same things. So think about that huge number. Out of all those people, only 146 have ever hit the 6-figure mark in lifetime earnings. Success is definitely possible, but making it to that top level, that's a very small, very exclusive club.
And the number of people who have actually become millionaires from bug bounties? 6. Just 6. Now, I'm not saying this to put you off. The point is to be real about it. This is a field where the skill ceiling is incredibly high. Getting to the top isn't about luck. It takes an insane amount of dedication and just pure persistence.
So there it is, the roadmap, the tools, and the cold, hard reality of it all. Bug bounty hunting's a really steep climb. It's tough, it's competitive, and it requires you to be relentlessly curious. But for the few who put in the work and make it to the top, the rewards are absolutely real. So the only question left to ask is, are you ready to start?